So, welcome back indeed for part 9, act 9 of our PoE playthrough. So, we've done a lot of things here. So, what I did is I actually bought a couple different items. Keep in mind, anytime I'm mentioning that I'm buying items, it's all basically optional, but you do need to upgrade your gear eventually. So, these are the upgrades that I got, and I'll tell you exactly how much I paid for them. So, starting right off, I got a new staff. Now, I can't use this staff right now. I need 2 more levels, but I went ahead and picked it up. This is the Agorod North. Now, one thing important with it is it does require a lot of strength. So, because of the strength requirement, we actually need to get some strength on our gear, or if we do want to get it on the tree, you can put in one node that will give you plus 30, and you'll be about close enough. You don't have to get this, but it's just a really cheap 1 chaos item that gives me a plus 2 level of all lightning spell skill gems. It also gives you 20% chance to penetrate the lightning resistance. This is really good for bosses, but for the most part, it's just extra damage that we'll get. Right now, we'll swap this thing later on. It's just a extra thing that I wanted to go ahead and get. It also gives us up to 50% increased lightning damage. This is a perfectly rolled one. It rolls anywhere from 30 to 50. Just buy a perfect one, literally from 1 chaos, or you can spend maybe 1 orb of alchemy, and you can get like a 30 or 35 one. It doesn't really matter though. But the only thing is, make sure you meet the strength requirements for it if you want to use this. Again, all the stuff I'm just suggesting is going to be unique because it's easier to search for, or you can just keep the other ones. It's totally fine. The only bonus we really get at the end of the day, some of these will give us, what, 12%? So we're getting like 12% times 2, so it's like 24. We're getting a little bit more. So we get like 25% more lightning damage. And then on top of that, we get increased chance to shock, so that's good. It'll round that off. We're going to be at 95% chance very, very soon, but it's okay. It's not like a mandatory upgrade. For the chest piece, I decided to get another chest piece that had strength rolled on it and had some sort of amount of armor. That's what I just swapped into. I bought that for 5 chaos, so this was 5, 6. I bought another brand new amulet that gives me extra elemental resistances. I just felt like, okay, it was kind of time to swap amulet. I think I played like an Alcor Chaos for this one too. It doesn't really matter. Just look for something that's specifically on the filter though, because this is not a unique. All you gotta do is select that it has an enchantment and then hit search. These are the search parameters I looked for because I needed some resistances because I got Immortal Flesh. So Immortal Flesh gives us negative resistances. So I just hit search, and these are the amulets that came up. Keep in mind, look for one that has like an enchantment that has something that you can use, because there's going to be lots that you might not be able to use. Next up though, I also got Immortal Flesh. I paid 2 chaos orbs to get a perfect one. I got kind of lucky on it, but it'd be anywhere from like 2 to 3 chaos. You can get a near perfect one. All you're really looking forward to is the negative elemental resistances as low as possible. What does this thing do, by the way? Now that I've showed you guys what I bought and the prices that I paid. What does Immortal Flesh do? It gives you an insane amount of regen, as well as physical damage, like a flat number subtraction, and then also increased armor while not ignited, frozen, or shocked. So we're going to have a lot of armor. It also gives us mana regen, which actually is the main reason why I actually wanted it, so I didn't have to waste 2 skill points into some sort of mana node. Also, I'm going to be throwing this in pretty soon. The thing that I want to go and show you guys, since I just got some new items, is sometimes you have to play inventory Tetris. Because I'm going to get rid of 2 of these. These are 5 sockets, right? These are 5 holes that I need to fill up. At this point, I could probably drop Vitality. 19 life per second, doesn't really matter. This is a brand new Immortal Flesh. The old one gave you up to like 100. Now it rolls anywhere from 200 to 350 life per second. Ours actually has a very bad roll on that one, but most importantly, it's just the ally resistances are good, so we can resell this later down the line if we want to. So, starting right off, I need this to have more sockets. I could use my armor as scrap, because I'm just going to, or my whetstones here. I have so many whetstones. The whetstones give us increased physical damage. Do we benefit from that? Not in this build. We don't run like a battle mage, so it doesn't really matter. So, I'm just going to slam those in. I have so many whetstones, these aren't really going to be worth anything anyways. The whetstones is how much? You need... Oh my gosh, it's like, what is that, the ratio? You need like 25 or 35 of these for like a 1 chaos orb, so it's like worth nothing. But we're gonna now try to jeweler's orb this, and we're gonna try to get it up to like 4 or 5. If we get 4, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna waste too many on these. Okay, there we go, 4. And I would ideally like to get some blue, some red, because that's what I need in these sockets. So ideally getting, what do we need? We need clarity, we need flame dash. We need to have like, ideally we get 4 blue on this, or I can move some colors around. I don't really need the red. It's kind of just like Tetris now, because we're going to move some stuff later. If I get 2 blue, 2 red, that can be okay, because I can get green and blue on this one. Alright, so we'll keep this. This we don't really need anymore. I can list this. Oh, this guy wants to buy something. Alright, let's go ahead and invite him to the party, because we listed it. And don't worry about selling things if you don't want to earlier on. This guy joining. Sometimes people take forever to join. Alright, so now if I want to, I can sell this thing. We're going to go ahead and list it for 4. Let's see. I'll use my little scanner tool. It's called Awaken PoE Trade, by the way. So let's see. We'll list it for like 4 Chaos Orbs. If it sells, cool. If not, no worries. List this for 1 Chaos Orb. This, I'll list it also for like 1 Chaos Orb. Okay. So he wanted something. Was it a blueprint? Let's see. What is it? Chaining blueprint. I don't think I only have 1 anyways. Okay. So he's buying this for 1 Chaos Orb. Cool. And there we go. Just like that. 1 Chaos. That was our like price of the weapon there. Not anything too big. But yeah, let's go and continue on Act 9. So yes, yes. Okay. So we just entered. And we're going to actually exit through the top. You're going to go all the way around. But if you want to replace the boots could definitely be upgraded in terms of, like, you know, defensive stats. But I honestly love these boots up until, like, very end because nothing gives you as much move speed. And because you're literally running around in the campaign for so long, we actually have to resummon a golem. Ice golem it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. And I guess we can reactivate Vitality. And we're good. And in 2 levels, we'll get an upgrade, and then we'll have to move some of the gems around and stuff. But to answer your question, Mankey, what's this card? Damn, that'd be a hard question. It'd probably be something that's like damaged, like a bent card, or unless you were talking about like the divination cards. Because if there's a bad divination card in Path of Exile, if that's what you meant. I just wouldn't pick it up. Actually, I'm gonna move one of these over so we have it set up like this. All right. So in this act, we've got just a few things to do. This one's actually, I believe, a pretty short act as well. But yeah, I mean, there's so many cards in every card game that are probably worth like literally 1 penny, right? But I don't think you could actually sell it for a penny because people would charge you for like the shipping, like just on a stamp would cost more than that. Okay, so this is definitely changed up. Sometimes they mix up this, like, again, the map, they just kind of twist it around. It should be like to the right though. But our damage is going to go up by a decent amount. It's like 25% more. And then we get 20% lightning penetration, which means basically a more multiplier for the most part. There are some exceptions to like curses on like bosses, where if you give them negative resistances, like this says minus 41 resistances, but on a boss it's not correct. Different bosses will have different like I guess penetration resistances on like curses, but there's different things in the game. Okay, so some shrines. Okay. So in this area, we're looking for a little thing that has a shrine that we can kind of click on. It looks like a it's a kind of like a circular area. Oh, we're level up 1. One more level and we get our thing. I can put this one in right now, though. Put this point in, and that's going to give us extra mana. So we have 213 mana. Bam, 229. It doesn't sound like a lot, but all of the small amount of stuff, it adds up. Like, remember the thing we just got? The little, like, basically it's the same. It's like a blueprint or a contract. The same in terms of, like, what people are looking for. They're both heist mechanics. And, I just sell them earlier on just so we can get rid of them. But also reduced mana cost is great. With this extra amount of regen, it's fantastic. Let's see if we can spam. Pretty close. I mean, I don't know. We'll come to a boss and we'll kind of determine it from there. It's usually, I want to say, on the bottom, the thing that we're looking for. It's like a circular area. Might be up just a little more. There's a granite flask, we can pick up that. See if we can roll it to become good. said, I'm looking for that area that we need to go to. I don't want to like have to double back. Oh, there it is right there. It might be right there. Put these portal scrolls, that's a good amount. Here we go. Storm Weather Chest. So this is like the little like shrine circular area thing I was talking about. So we'll get a decent chunk of extra damage very, very soon. We'll actually get 3% chance to block too, more. Because right now our chance to block is, I believe, 15. I don't think we have any other block. Let's see. Block chance, 15%, yeah. And we're gonna, the staff will give us 18%. And what else does it give us? It gives us 100 intelligence, which is actually kind of nice. 100 intelligence is extra 50 mana. And then another, like, 10% energy shield, right? Oh, we gotta click on it. Oh, it's still... It's got one more monster to kill. Then we get Stormblade. Maybe using that. This is called... this is the Betrayal League mechanic. It's the syndicates. You basically kill them in this little fortress, and then you can question them. I'll go ahead and do it just to show you guys the mechanic and how it works. You basically have to destroy a gate. You can walk in, and you kill a bunch of things. Oh, he melted really fast. And then they'll usually drop items, so we'll go interrogate them. So you can basically have these enemies. Oh, did it not even drop one? Didn't even drop an item. Okay, so there's what's called veiled items. We didn't get one, but there's what's called veiled items. You take it to her and you unveil them. It looks like an alien language, and you basically get to choose what you want in terms of a role. So think of it kind of like an item that has like the rolls on it, but there's one thing that you get to select the roll on it. The only crafting that you'll really see me actually engage with is essence crafting, and I like essence crafting, and a lot of people like it for the sole reason of it's beginner friendly. The other forms of crafting this game rely on getting a very expensive thing, and then maybe it hits it. The other one is like you just go all in maybe, but you have like one guaranteed roll if you want. It's a lot more efficient because the other one the other ways of like learning how to do things. Oh, we're in the foothills, by the way, now. So we go from that area to the foothills. Take a Starlight Rare to Scissors. Oh yeah, that. When I'm ready. Edgy content. People do that in like a lot of communities. They'll get like a very expensive item and basically destroy it. They do it in PoE too. I've seen when people like get a very expensive item and they'll just like delete a mirror, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've played for so long, and like certain items you just never get right when you're playing the game. So we're gonna go to the tunnel. Oh, Gwen. If you see logbooks, though, we do it. There's currency items, but I believe it's... Oh, there's stacked deck, too. Okay. Immune to cold. Okay, we'll just go do this.
Gambling with our lives.
Okay. Let's go do it. Go activate our galvanizing field. Let's just destroying content. Halfway there to 66 for our new weapon. Three chromatics. When it says currency, I'm pretty sure what it means is the own game's currency. But if you see stacked decks, these can be worth like 1 chaos later in the league. Because people just like to do them. I'll be like opening up 500 stacked decks as like a YouTube content. Or you could just open them yourselves. I mean, the easy way to open it is to throw it on the ground. If it drops something good, like that one's okay. That one's worth about a chaos. So like you usually don't go 2- with the divination cards, with the stacked decks. It is something where it is RNG, but it's relatively okay for consistency. There are some like what's considered like an RNG gamble mechanic of like buying 10 of these items and identifying them. But it also takes time to buy a bunch of certain items.
Another.
These really fast. But like, what's great is like, you see how fast my life goes up. Wow, that's a lot of items here.
Too much clutter.
Let's see what these have on them as far as like the roll 18 cold res. Some of these can be okay. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but like bleeding, increased damage with bleeding. Some of these, just if they have that roll. But the problem is the item level is going to be so low that it's probably not going to be on a weapon. More than likely. But we'll just check them out and see if there's anything good. I don't know why this was picked up. It's an accidental click on 3 chaos damage for time multiplier. A little sucked in melee gems. You'll have to like kind of know certain things that people are looking for via the new league. Like for example, this league, there's a lot more people playing Elementalist. I mean, I'm doing it too. There's a reason why I decided to play this class. It's just they're so good. At one point, it was like I'd say almost half the players are playing this. I'd like to buy this. Okay, cool. Invite this person to the party, and don't go back to town until they join your party. So he's in the coastal hideout. He's in my hideout now. I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna go sell this item real quick. It's part of the game. Like sometimes you'll be doing something, and someone wants to buy something. It's like, okay, I gotta go back, get the item. It's cool. It actually highlights the thing. That's actually new. It was highlighted in purple. I don't know if you guys saw that. But that's awesome. That's a amazing brand new feature. So 4 chaos orbs, bam. Remember I bought this, the one we had equipped. I bought it for 5, and I just sold my old one for 4. Basically no difference right there. We'll go back to Act 9. I don't know why. I always feel bad if I don't tell people thank you. But like, most people understand that like, you're just doing some things. It doesn't give you anything if you say thank you. So what we gotta do now is we've got to get to another area that's going to give us another item. We get this waypoint. We're gonna have to talk to one of the NPCs pretty soon. Preferably when we get to this next area, we'll get the waypoint. Well, this is Shrine of the Winds. We go here. We can eliminate this boss over here. Garo Khan, Queen of the Winds. This boss takes a while though, because it has like a bunch of like, no matter how much damage you do, it's going to go into the here's my tornado phase, and then it's bam, instantly right back in the tornado phase. I probably could stand in most of this AoE actually, thinking about it now. Like, okay, so Immortal Flesh got like basically a triple times the stats buff up to, and yeah, it's I can tell you it's pretty good. It's very beginner friendly. Like I said, I like to test out new things. I've always liked Immortal Flesh, but like now it's just like insanely powerful. Yeah, you get -15 to resistance, but I'm pretty sure I can stand in most AoE in the campaign up to like maybe even the very end of the game. But that boss right there will give us a skill point, which is good. So go to the refinery over here. We'll eventually get a thing at the refinery. We're gonna just try to get the waypoint here for effectiveness, and then we're gonna go talk to the NPCs. We'll get the extra thing. We'll try to interact with this. This is gonna be another short act, by the way. I have to check if there's 2. Oh, okay. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. Eliminate this guy over here. This guy, okay, so how this boss fight works, there's a bunch of things that will come out. There we go. Stop attacking because I want to show it off. There we go. I mean, we melted him, but... So there's a machine over here, and we get this powder. And then we're gonna go get the acid. Do we get the waypoint here? It doesn't really matter at this point since we already got the thing. But we can go back and talk to some NPCs now. One of them will give us a skill point. One will give us, there we go, the passive.
You did it.
And then we get something off of this. If you can, let's see if I can move this. I didn't. Let's see if we can move this over here. Inventory Tetris. Can we take... I want to take this. Literally just because it's a red, green, blue, and that means it's a free... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Or was that red, green, blue? It's the only time I like getting the rewards from. It's not going to, like, really be that great. Let's see. Okay, extra spell damage, lightning damage is like 50%. It's like 70% damage, but like if it doesn't have the plus level, it does not work. Let's see, 5% chances to suppress spell damage. That's pretty like meh, right? Increased crit strike chance. We'll start looking at some of these. We could, but it doesn't get a shield that has like plus to like I believe lightning. And at that point, that would be something that we'll look out for. Now we also get the Bottle Storm. And then we have to clear the sandstorm that's blocking the oasis. So now we have to go back to the Vastri Desert. We're going to now go into the top right, kind of. That's where this next area is. I think we can use our thing pretty soon. Yeah, 65, one more level. Oops. There we go. We got the Victaro's Influence. So this is actually an okay item. Let me see if it's worth anything. It's like that's like 1 chaos. Okay. So it makes it so like if you want to play more of a minion build, it basically makes it so your aura gems get +1, and then it supports them with generosity. So it increases like your effectiveness of the gem via like an ally, and it doesn't affect you. I believe it's like the correct like text on it. So now what we're doing is we're gonna kill a really cool looking boss. This is like a scorpion boss. Coming up very soon.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Woo, 66. Okay, we're gonna have to do some inventory Tetris. We'll do it right after this. We gotta move some colors around. So you fight it for a little bit. It's gonna run away. And then it's gonna pop up on these little like sand circles. He's gonna keep on moving. It's gotten a lot faster. That's awesome. It's usually kind of like slow, like it takes forever. It needs to attack you a couple times. You don't deal damage to it right now. But like, what's our life regen per second right now? We have 638 life regenerated per second. It's like a quarter of our life every second. And that's not even counting the damage recoup. So like that 30% of our damage that we take just gets regened also. Like, it's going to be very difficult for us to die at this point. I mean, I've been playing this game a while, so it's kind of hard for me to die. Unless I intentionally do it. But there are some things that do an insane amount of, like, AoE damage. Like that storm that we just sat in the whole time. I mean, normally I wouldn't stand in it. But I was just like, you know what? Our HP is so good. Let's just try it. And I can definitely tell you it's powerful. Throw that galvanizing field down. Look, it's the boss is already in its like second phase. It's a really cool looking boss. It has like a girl as a scorpion's tail, kind of backwards. We can stand in all like the AoE doesn't. Can we attack her yet? Oh, there we go. Woo! Okay, cool. Let's go. And we talked to them, and I guess that was their daughter.
You killed.
Killed her. Okay. And sell this for 1 chaos. It's all about just start stacking some small currency, and eventually we'll get some good stuff. All right. So now I kind of want to path and get this extra shock chance. We get extra duration of and increased effective lightning ailments. And then if we want to, we can respec out of this and get the, we can take away the increased effect of the non-damaging ailment and then move to elemental resistances, or we can swap to anything else if we want to. Specifically getting like 15 res will be good now. Later, we don't want this. We want negative resistances, and I'll explain more later, but that's going to be like more towards like the end game. So next up, we have to go take the acid that we got. Well, I don't even know where it's at right now. I think it just gives it to you. We gotta take it over to the next area. The Fortune for Tuna, you don't need to do that quest. We gotta do a reoccurring nightmare. So I guess I didn't get the waypoint, so we're gonna go from the desert and just go up over here. Oh, there we got 2 skill points. There we go. And we're 66. Oh, we can actually equip this now. So what I need to do is I need to move some stuff around. Let's go back to town because I need to actually use the chromatic orbs and stuff. Sometimes you get to a point where in this game you got to go back to the town to change colors when you're ready to equip something. So let's go ahead and do this now. We are going to, or if you don't need to do this yourself, obviously fast forward it, or if you feel like you understand what I'm talking about, but it'll only take like a minute here. So starting right off, we're going to equip this. I'm going to move one of these out of the way, and then we're going to equip this. I'm going to put in Flame Golem, and we can move Vitality over here. I actually don't need Vitality. It can be dropped completely, but I don't need another red socket. So what I need to do is I need to move these 2 blue over to this, and then we have to take out the gem for this. So this rolls Energy Shield and Evasion, so it's a high chance for blues. I'm going to try to get this up to 4. If I can. We have 25 left. Okay, there we go. There's 2 blue right there. If it rolled 4, then I would start rolling the colors, but I didn't need to. Oh, I can't even use this because I don't have the dex requirement. So you'll see that I can't equip it, right? So I need more dexterity. This is a good thing. Take this out, put it on. Oh, it gives me 22 dexterity. Hey, we're good. And so now our thing will do a little bit more damage. These aren't really worth anything, but I can keep them there for friends, or if anyone wants them, you can take them off my hands for a scroll of wisdom. So now we got this staff. We're going to do some extra damage. More penetration. We might have to summon our golems again, though. Reactivate some of our buffs. What do we need? This golem. Was it fire? Right. Oh, I canceled the animation. I was too fast. Alright, so we need flame golem and lightning golem. And then we will be a-okay, ready to go. Alright. So, yeah, we're going to go up here. And then we're going to be in the oasis. And it wants us... Oh, wait, no. Wrong area. We're going to go more to the left. So what's our damage on this? The thing is, we have penetration now, so... I don't know if pen counts for, like, the numbers. We're at, like, 30k, 40k damage. And it's just going to go up extremely high soon. Because there's an item. I actually should check out how much that item costs. It's called the Annihilating Light. It's usually super cheap, but sometimes in the very beginning, there are certain items in the very beginning for almost no reason. Well, there are some people that may just really want it, but no one that really wants it will pay an insane amount of money for an item that they know is going to go relatively cheap very soon. So we're going to go to Boiling Lake. To get the acid. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was saying we're going to get the acid here, yeah. We don't have it yet. That's why it wasn't in the inventory. But yeah, everything is looking real solid for this. Crit strike chance 18%. Let's see. Almost at 25% crit, which is great. The reason why I love lightning so much is like, what the heck is this thing? Just no damage. What? I could literally kill like... Was it like you can't damage it for a few seconds? I don't know. I think that actually might be a modifier on the enemy. Well, as soon as that thing wore off though, I mean, it was like dead in 1 second. Literally 1 second. So we gotta kill the giant chicken called the basilisk. It's gotta do some animation, I guess. And then we gotta go take the acid to sin. So now we go back and where is it? It's the
And so now that
we gotta go back to the quarry. I usually just go back to the quarry. I think you can actually deliver to him right here, and then he opens it up.
here we
Belly of the beast. All right. Ooh, who is it? Is it Tujin?
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh, it's Tujin.
Need your aid.
All right, what do we got for the mods? Oh, the mods are so far away. Made a physical, a rare item. Well, no matter what, if it's Tujin, you gotta do it. It's just a thing. Let's see if there's anything else here. And there's really nothing else here, but I'm just gonna throw down the things. Probably be smarter to do it this way though, because we get like maybe another chest. All right, let's go in. Actually, I didn't need to put this one here. We probably could have got the other ones, but it doesn't matter. There wasn't anything that said like logbook, so. So very soon we're gonna have chance to shock right now, actually. Shock chance is 95%. Oh, is that with the buff? Oh, it's... Wait, I don't even... Oh, yeah, that's right. It's 95 now. This will just give us extra ailment effectiveness. And then on top of that, we're going to get another 15% extra bonus damage because it's going to make it so the shocks... So right now, the maximum shock effectiveness is 50%. So that makes them take 50% more damage. So now they're going to take 65% more damage. And this number will pretty much be relevant for all the small enemies. But you see these large enemies, they're at 50% already. On bosses in particular, to get to 100%, or well, it's more like it's going to go to 65%. 65 would be 100% of the max shock value that we can deal. But on bosses, it's unrealistic on most of them to get 65% shock. I mean, during the campaign, we might be able to hit it. Let's see on this next boss. We're coming up to the very end of this boss, by the way. We got both of the... We killed the wind boss and the other boss. And lastly, we have the tunnel trial of ascendancy. So we'll go do that. Oh, can we get the waypoint here? We'll go do that as well here. And that'll round this one off. So this act is pretty short, as you can see. And the same thing with the next. The final two acts. It's like that in almost every action RPG. The last two acts are always super short. Well, specifically like in Diablo 2. Well, Act 5 is actually pretty long, but like in D2, like Act 4, it's a lot shorter. But also, it felt like that in Torchlight as well. Well, depending which one, I guess. So in 1, it's a kind of a stretch, actually. Rotting core. Alright. So we need to go to the tunnels. Which is... Where's that? Oh, okay. Tunnels over there. That's where another trial is, so we'll do that either before or after, depending on if we get the waypoint here or not. Those Necromancer Circlets can be okay at maybe a higher item level. Okay. So now, at this point, I don't even think we're going to get a waypoint. It's fine, though. So you have to defeat all the bosses again. They're going to be harder, though. So if you remember the boss mechanic where there's one that has the books. I mean, we're one-shotting all of these two. That's very impressive, actually. So it's the boss that has the books, the large one that has the different rings, the large rings that overlap. That's this one. This is the one that I find to be the hardest. The rest of them, I'm not scared of at all. Doedries. She has a scream on this one that's just like super painful in terms of like how much damage it deals. I'm just gonna burst her before she can get to do it. But when she does a scream, you can either go back to town or just die. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could have survived, to be honest. But that boss in particular, when she does a scream, if you do die, when she does the scream, yeah, don't worry about it. It's tough. It just like astronomical amounts of damage. Especially since like all of the like little rings have like that some sort of negative effect that applies to you. I don't even think our resistances are capped. Yeah, we have 70% lightning resistance. We're close. But I love having this extra cast speed that we get with the spell echo. It makes it almost feel like I'm just casting it once, but it's actually casting it twice. So it applies the shock on the first one. So the second one just does all the damage. This guy's always been really easy. He's like the pushed over kind of. I bet you I can just stand and take all the damage too. Let's see. I'm just kind of curious. Look, I mean, like, look, my HP is just like, it's just going right back up. Easy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I think he heard me. Oh, you can stand behind the pillars. Oh, thank you. Man, I didn't actually know about that. That's actually a great tip. I've been playing this game for so long, and sometimes I still learn new things. But that's, yeah, I can't really control where arc, like, change, though, so maybe on arc, or, like, in a minion build that minions deal damage. Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell your minions... You can tell your minions to attack something, but sometimes they'll attack, like, if there's nothing in range, or whatever the case may be, they'll just swap targets, but I think with Predator support, yeah, you can kind of tell them not to attack it by just keep on clicking at something else. But that's cool that you can hide behind the pillars. New tips and tricks. But thank you, mate.
When I'm ready and not
But I mean, like, I bursted her down before she even got a chance to play, so. This one throws up giant lightning balls. It's fine, just don't get touched by the lightning balls. They're big, and like when they come out, they start expanding. Just move out of the way. She's gonna shoot him forward. I don't think she can shoot him anywhere but forward. Now we're on the final area, and then we're on the boss, and then we're gonna go do the Trial of Ascendancy. The Black Heart. So this is like the combined monsters, basically like the boss in Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 2, where they just put like all the bosses combined. What's this? Take increased damage. Okay. Just melted this boss. Doesn't really even get to do too much. This boss is actually pretty easy. It like has like 2 phases where it says like you can't attack me, kill these things. There's that giant ball, but it does get bigger. Doesn't really matter. Okay, very important. Do not go back to town. There's no way to get back here without doing the whole thing again. You have to sell the Oriath. Okay, I made that mistake one time and it really sucked. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I gotta go all the way back. Alright, so we're not actually done with the Act 9. We're actually on the final act now, but we're gonna go back to Act 9 and go back to the tunnels. Whatever that is. Okay, there we go. Tunnel. Because there is a trial to go ahead and complete here. Oh, wants us to end the Syndicate Laboratory. Because we definitely want to be able to ascend. So we need to do this. It's because I didn't do it, I believe, before. I just skipped out on it. Didn't see it. We didn't get to it. Sometimes people like to do all the trials at the very, very end. Oh, it's right here. There we go. Here is this trial. So we do this, and then we go back to the next act. We go to the final act. Next 2 skill points will be pretty big for us, though. We'll get 15% increase. 15% more damage. Oh, an important thing with this game is like more damage is not the same thing as increased damage. More damage is the good one, which is multiplicative versus additive. So the more damage means everything multiplies after it. Basically makes it way better. Okay. So now we've done that. And an easy way to check if you've completed the trials here is always to go to the Aspirants Plaza. This is the area where we're doing like the lab. So we have one more area to do for the next one, and we're level 66. So next act, we'll do that one. And then the last one's actually on maps. We don't even have to do the trials on the last one. We can just go buy what's called an offering to the goddess, which we'll talk about more later. But we're going to go to Act 10, and it's only like 30 minutes for like this act. Pretty fast indeed. So yeah. This is going to be the final act, Act 10, which will be Part 10, which will come up very soon. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. I'll see you guys in Part 10 very soon.